The night my mother fell sick, our house felt smaller than ever. The smell of medicine mixed with the hum of the oxygen machine, and for the first time, I realized how fragile everything really was. I was only 23, juggling 2 jobs, night shifts, and hospital runs. My friends had slowly drifted away. No one really knows how to stay when life gets too heavy. That's when she showed up, my mom's friend, Linda. Linda was the kind of woman who filled a room without saying a word. She had that effortless calm about her, like she'd already weathered every storm imaginable and didn't fear the next one. I hadn't seen her in years, but that night, she came over unannounced, holding a casserole dish and a quiet smile. She took one look at me and said, "You look like you haven't slept in days." I tried to laugh it off. "Yeah, well, that's kind of my thing now." Linda set the dish on the counter, wiped her hands on a towel, and leaned closer. Her voice softened, but her eyes were firm, steady in a way that made me stop and listen. "Let's see what you can handle," she said. At first, I didn't get it. I thought it was a challenge, like she was testing me. But then she took off her coat, rolled up her sleeves, and got to work. She cleaned the kitchen, organized Mom's medication, made tea, and even fixed the leaky faucet I'd been ignoring for months. She didn't ask if I needed help, she saw that I did. That night, I found her sitting beside my mother, reading aloud from one of Mom's favorite old novels. My mom's eyes fluttered open for a few moments, and she smiled. It was the first smile I'd seen from her in weeks. I stood in the doorway, watching them, 2 women from different worlds, bound by something simple and pure, care. When I tried to thank her later, Linda shook her head. "You think kindness is about what you do for someone. But real kindness?" She tapped my chest. "It's about what you let others do for you. You've been carrying the world alone. Maybe it's time you let someone else hold it for a while." That night changed everything. Over the next few weeks, Linda became our quiet anchor. She taught me how to navigate hospital paperwork, made sure I ate real food, and even forced me to take short walks just to breathe again. Sometimes we'd sit on the porch after dark, and she'd tell me stories from her past, about losing her husband young, raising 2 kids alone, and finding hope in strangers. One evening, as I watched her bandage a cut on her hand, I asked, "How do you keep giving so much, even when life's been so cruel to you?" She smiled. "Because someone once leaned closer to me and said, 'Let's see what you can handle.' And I learned, what we can handle grows when we handle it together." When my mom finally recovered enough to come home from the hospital, she looked stronger, lighter. And so did I. Linda never stayed for thanks or recognition. One morning, she simply left a note on the fridge. "You handled more than you thought you could. Don't stop now." Months later, I started volunteering at the same hospital that had treated my mom. There was a young man sitting in the waiting room one day, exhausted, overwhelmed, holding on to hope by a thread. I sat beside him, offered him a cup of coffee, and leaned closer. "Let's see what you can handle," I said softly. And for the first time, I truly understood what Linda meant. Moral. Sometimes, life tests how much we can carry, but compassion multiplies strength. Kindness isn't just about helping, it's about sharing the weight until the load feels lighter.